Hello there, it's your boy HAYORLAD and you're welcome to my YouTube channel.
What am I?
In life, whatever is bound to go wrong will always tend to go wrong. Let me repeat again. Like whatever is bound to go wrong will always tend to go wrong. And that is why in anything you do in life, no matter what it may be, you should always prepare. I like be proactive. As in, you should always have a plan B. And that's the reason why in this video I'll be sharing with you an experience I had while making Obsessed, a short film I made some times ago. Like something that is bound to go wrong that eventually went wrong, and how we managed to, mm, to find our way around it. So in this life, sometimes some things we just want to come and mess you up. So it all depends on how prepared are you, your own level of preparation as a man. And this goes beyond filmmaking alone. Yeah, it goes beyond filmmaking, even in all facets of life. Sometimes we just want to come and scatter everything you have planned. Fine, as human, you already prepared yourself, you planned ahead, even prayed ahead. But at the end of the day, you realize that some things will just come up probably at the dying minute and scatter the whole show. So such is the case while we were making Obsessed. It got to my attention that there is somebody watching this video right now who has not subscribed to this YouTube channel. What exactly are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button below and let's grow this channel together. Thank you.
Okay, you know what, baby? I will send the driver over to come pick you up, okay? Just hold on, okay? Let me call him to start coming, okay?
I don't have that luxury of time. It will take the driver another 30 minutes before he gets here.
But it's still better than going through the stress of a public transport.
Okay, I'll just order a ride if that's what you want.
Okay then, if you insist.
Alright, I hope my boss doesn't even get mad at me. This is the third time I'll be resuming late to the office in a month, and this might get me a query.
Just calm down, baby. Just calm down, okay? Don't get yourself stressed up. Take a chill pee and order your ride.
Okay, baby, I'll just call you when I'm in the ride.
Okay, darling.
Alright, bye. Love you.
While we were preparing for Obsessed, I made sure we did everything we were supposed to do at our pre-production stage, like dot all I's and cross all T's, just to make sure there is no FK, as we used to call it. But whatever will be, will always be. After we finished writing Obsessed and we feel like, okay, let's go into production, we're ready for this. So we decided to get ourselves prepared during the pre-production stage, to the extent that I made sure I see all the locations we needed then before filming, except for one. And that one is the is the bone of contention, is the one that later cost us the more. Now, this is how it happened. Then I went to see all our locations. I saw the different places we were going to film at based on how it was written in the script, like the perfect location for the filming. So we had already scouted all except for one location, and that's the place where we filmed the crime scene where the guy was threatening the girl. I mean, the place where the girl abducted was kept. Initially, the location was supposed to be a warehouse, like an old factory that has been abandoned. That's how it was written in the script. So when we were scouting for the locations, we couldn't get that particular place. So I had to call through to someone. Like somebody gave me the contact of the person, like, okay, he has such location. They've been there before to shoot a musical. So I should just reach out to the person. So I reached out to this guy and was like, don't worry, just come when you're ready to film. We'll just go straight to the place. Yeah, he's in charge of that place. Then I didn't want to accept that because the kind of person I am is I like to prepare ahead, make sure everything is in place before even hitting the location at all. Because I won't want a situation whereby we get to the place we're supposed to film at, and at the end of the day, they start telling us stories like, okay, probably the place is unavailable anymore, or something came up, like we won't be able to do that. And such things destabilizes production, which I don't like at all. So I decided to take a leap of faith. Like, okay, you said we should come on the day of shoot, like you have access. I asked him again, like, are you sure of this? He said he's 100% sure, like there's no problem. Okay. So we commenced the production from the other locations that we already scouted, that I've seen myself. So all those ones went seamlessly, no problem, no issue, no challenge. Now got to that time where we're supposed to film that warehouse scene, the scene where that guy was threatening the girl. Then I picked my phone to put call through to our location manager, or the person in charge of that location, that was assuring me a day before that no problem, even if it's the last minute, the place will be accessible to us. At first, he wasn't answering the calls, and we are ready to go filming because we filmed some, and that was the last day of the shoot. It was the only scene where we left for that day because the scene is a bit long. I kept on calling the guy early morning that day. He wasn't answering the calls. I was like, what's really going on? But this guy said I should just call him anytime. So why is this just happening at this moment? The guy didn't answer my call. So probably about 2 hours later, the call time was supposed to be 9 a.m. So I think he called back around 11 a.m. We are getting behind schedule. So he eventually called back and starts giving excuses like the person that he was supposed to talk to has traveled and there's no other person that would grant us access into the place. And I said, but for goodness sake, you told me you had access to the place, like you are in charge. He said it wasn't like that, like he handed it over. All these sort of excuses. 9 minutes, my own last day of shoot. And we're not planning to break the shoot because it's not a feature length. So why break the shoot? It's something we just plan to run through within a few days and get it done. So like you're telling me the location is unavailable and we started filming already. So what am I supposed to do? So I eventually had to sort out myself, like resort to plan B. Yes, plan B. Exactly why I said you just have to be proactive. This is how it's happening. When I discovered this guy wasn't answering the calls, I started thinking in my head, like, okay, what alternative options do we have? How can we? Because one thing I won't like to happen at the end of the day is to be totally disappointed. And probably at the end of the day, we won't be able to shoot. That thing will be so painful. Because if you understand breaking a location and still coming back to film it, something that you had planned to film at a stretch, and you have to break it because of one happenstance, you know how bad that thing feels, and which I don't even want to. And considering my pocket as well, because one kind, as time they go, money they waste. So I started thinking in my head, like, okay, what can we have as our plan B? Started weighing different options, thinking in my head, even though I didn't want to agree to that, because the perfect picture I had in my head was the warehouse thing, like the factory thing where we have old machines, old tools in the background. Then we have our lighting from different angles. But it's looking like my ideal location is not going to be realistic. So when eventually this guy fumbled finally, had to resort to our plan B, which was filming somewhere else. This is not what we planned actually. We're supposed to film in a factory or a workshop, but eventually got disappointed. Then we bid for another larger space, which at the end we got disappointed as well. So right now we are left with only one choice: to convert a living room to a kidnap scene, and that's what we're doing right now. I put a call through to a friend that lives within that environment, the vicinity where we are filming. So he stays in that neighborhood. So I told him, like, I need a room, a very large room, like whether empty or somebody lives in the room, but preferably an empty room. So the guy said it doesn't have an empty room actually, but it can talk to some guys who will lend us their room. Like we'll talk to them and we'll be able to reason and discuss things. So I waited for his call. So not quite long after, then he just called back to me like, "We're game. Let's come and film." And we packed our gadgets, equipment, lights, and everything, took it to the place. So the room was where somebody resides. It's not an empty room. They live in that room. We have to move everything out of the room, the mattress, the everything in the room, so that we can set the room to what we want. Now, after moving everything out of that room, we're left with an empty room, blank. And of course, if we had used a warehouse, it would be like a natural set. We won't have to start getting metals, machines, and everything as our props in the background. Now that we are using an empty room, we have to get that done. So what do? So we need to start looking around the environment. So we have to go get broken metals, metal pieces, broken doors, gates, wood, and things like that, so that we can fill up our background in the so well. I think we were able to achieve a bit of it, or let me say we're able to achieve it to a certain level picture wise. If you have seen Obsessed, you will go along with the flow. So it wasn't the ideal location I wanted, it wasn't the perfect picture we wanted, but we achieved it still. And the last part where the police arrested the guy after the lady's boyfriend came to save her. So where the police guys came to take that guy away. Yeah, it was supposed to be at the factory as well. Like towards the entrance of the factory, we just see the police drag the guy along. But since we couldn't get the factory anymore, what else are we going to do? We just have to make do of the environment we have. So we just get to a backyard in the environment. So that's where we eventually did the filming. So if you have seen Obsessed, you should be able to judge the story right, whether we did it right or not. If you have seen Obsessed, just drop your comment in the comment section below whether we did it right or wrong. And if you have not seen Obsessed, the link is above this video. Just go and watch Obsessed and then come back here and drop your comment. Whether you can even skip the film to the to that scene. Don't skip the film anyways. Watch everything. So and see whether we really got it right. Our plan B, whether it worked well or not. So that will be all on this video. Thanks for your patience and thanks for watching my video. But before you go, I need you to do something for me. Click on the like button below this video. Just like this video. Let me know I am making sense. Like I always say, just like the video so that I can be encouraged. And above it all, if you have not subscribed, you already got the breaking news. But if you have still not subscribed by now, please click on the subscribe button below this video and then the bell notification button beside it so that we can grow this channel together. You know, without you, there will be no me. So let's grow this channel together. You get a CB. Yes. And one more thing, share the video to your contacts. That will be all on this video. Thanks for watching, and it's your boy HAYORLAD signing out.